It is time for another episode of The Gold Mind. I am your host, Casey Bell, and today's guest is Crystal Daye. So you now are an entrepreneur, you own your own business. When did you first understand the concept of entrepreneurship?
Ooh, excellent question. So I always tell people I was introduced to the concept of entrepreneurship when I was 13 years old. I was doing a subject in high school called Principles of Business, right? Now, in doing Principles of Business, I remember being introduced to the concept and basically, oh, this person owns their own business. And for some reason, that cemented with me because I always felt like I was a natural leader. I always felt like I was very good at managing processes. Now, I did very well in business. My degree is actually in business management. I started my MBA, my master's in business. So I knew that I was supposed to do something in business. What was tricky though is that after I left high school and started college, I no longer had this entrepreneur. I didn't believe that I could be an entrepreneur because I didn't have capital. And every time I come up with a business idea, I was like, I'm not good at that. So I always thought that I would just be an entrepreneur, just working for government and just build processes there. Probably one day open a restaurant. I always wanted to open a restaurant because I love food, right? So I was like, yeah, why not own a restaurant? But in 2016, I believe, in my studies on, trying to just learn more about what's happening in the US in terms of, what were women of faith doing and speaking and stuff like that, I was introduced to coaching. And I just knew that was part of what I wanted to do. And then when I released my book in 2016, as I said, I did a lot of studies on publishing. I really felt led that I should start a publishing company and also coaching. So that's how, it was a scary process. I left my job January 2017 to do this full time. So it's been 5 years that I've been doing this. It has been a very interesting journey. I tell people all the time, even though I was doing a master's in business, it did not prepare me to be an entrepreneur because I'm daily learning more about entrepreneurship. But it has been, a pretty fulfilling journey so far.
So what are some of the things you have learned? Because I actually just today was talking about that with someone that most people in business do not have a degree in business, and most people with a degree in business are not entrepreneurs. They work for someone. Yes, and so I find that odd that the entrepreneurs don't have degrees and those who have the degrees are not entrepreneurs. So what would you say were some of the things you learned being an entrepreneur that they didn't actually teach in business school?
So what I found, as I do believe that to an extent, most business school teaches us to be better employees. And that is the truth, right? A lot of the things that we learn. Yes, for example, I did a course called Entrepreneurship and they say, build a business plan around a business. But the truth is, most of the times that the business that we choose to do a business plan around is not something that we want to do just to get a grade, and that is the truth. Now, what some lessons that I think was helpful in business school, and I'm going to answer the other part, was that one, you learn teamwork, right? You learn your place, like what, for example, are you the leader? Are you the person that, combine things, so you learn some strengths in business school. Also, you learn certain concepts, right? You talk about niching, you learn about branding. So you learn it in a theoretical thing. Now, fast forward in terms of entrepreneurship, some things three main things I would leave with people. One, don't start a business for you. Start a business to solve a problem in the marketplace, right? You have to see a problem in the marketplace and say, oh, can I solve this problem uniquely, right? Especially if there are other persons that are starting that business, already have business already. So how can you serve that market or another market in a unique way? So provide a solution for persons. That's one. Number two is that I do believe that as you grow, your business grow. And that's one of the things that you find that a lot of people that don't have degree, they spend a lot of time reading books and going to conferences because they want to grow their knowledge. A lot of times the persons that have degree, they feel like, oh, I know all and stuff like that. So I do believe that that connecting and that networking and that growing allows them to grow their business. And the final thing I think is to also just outsource very early the things that you're not great at so that you can focus focus on your strengths and showing up in your strengths. So for example, even though I'm a publisher, the truth is I don't edit books because editing books take a lot of time, and I don't think that's where my best strengths are. So guess what? When I launched my business, I searched in Jamaica and I found somebody that was like 20 years in advance. He had a lot of books, he had a lot of experience, and I just hired him, right? So he does the editing excellent, right? Then I have a graphic designer. Yes, I learned some basic graphics. I'm like, no, I'm going to pay the best graphic designer. No, what Crystal is great at is marketing. So I know how to get the clients. So I get the clients, and then I know pay persons that are showing up. So they make me look good and I'm able to show up. So I'm the face of the company because I speak well, I go out there, I'm very extroverted when I need to be. And that has served my business very well.
So I have well, I was going to ask a question. I'm just going to follow up with a question. How do you personally, because sometimes we get controlling over our business, and we want to do everything our way, the way we like it, the way we want it. How do you personally get over that mindset, and when you hire someone, allow them to do their job?
That's a little bit tricky because I do think that I still struggle with it to an extent in terms of like right now I'm supposed to hire a new publishing assistant that will try to put the projects together, and it's a little bit struggling for me because I'm like, will she answer, the clients how I do and etc. What I think is helpful is if you start to put in standard operating procedures. If some of it that you can learn to systemize, that will know, you have certain emails that the person can send. So I think that that would be helpful. Another thing I learned very recently regarding hiring is that, try to hire out the things that you are not. Like if you measure monetarily, for example, as an entrepreneur, I need to focus on revenue generating things. It means that I need to do less admin things. And there are persons that are great at admin. So how can I now test their skills? Sometimes you have to hire them as an intern before you take them on and have these conversations to test them out. So I'm still learning. I definitely don't think I'm there yet where I can 100% say this is what you must do, because I'm still hiring. I'm still learning. But I know that I did pretty well when I hired the publisher. And one of the things I did, I just, took a chance to trust his expertise, and it worked out well for me.
So talk about your business. You said it was a publishing business. What do you offer to your clients that is unique and different from others?
All right. So one of the things that I do, so like most, I operate a hybrid publishing company. So it means that you is a author paid model. So the author pay us to produce their books for them. So we do everything so because I'm a coach, I'm a global book coach, you can just come with an idea and I coach you through the process to write the book. And then after writing, and I tell people there are 4 stages in the publishing process. You have the manuscript stage, where is the writing. Then you have the mindset stage, right? The mindset is, can I now prepare myself to be a profitable author and not just write a book for writing's sake. Then you have the manuscript stage, ensuring that you put out a professional product, ensure that you everything that is done that you attract the right readers. Then you have the marketing, which is where I shine. I'm very good at marketing. I'm very good at branding and helping persons to put themselves out there. And then you have the monetizing. How can I ensure that I'm making back my investment? So that's what my company focuses on. Now the difference is that a lot of hybrid publishers they would make promises. I'm going to help you to most hybrid publishers just about the production of the book, right? And you have the book in hand. And the truth is, up to say about 2020, that was all I could offer. But then as I grew and I growing my knowledge and my experience and working with clients, I have now branched off into how can I help persons to market and sell more books, but also how can I help them to use their books to create multiple streams of income. So that's how we have expanded over the last about a year now.
Well, congratulations on your success. I used to have a publishing company, and I shut it down momentarily because I could produce the books. I really didn't have the experience or the expertise or the money to help them market it. And I told people that. I told them, the only thing I'm going to do for you is produce the book. You got to do the rest. And I decided that if I couldn't give them the best of the best of the best, I shouldn't be in business. So I folded it temporarily. So, and I understand publishing is not as easy as it looks. Reading the book is easy. Publishing the book is not easy. And I congratulate you and your team for doing everything that you do. Do you have any tips for any aspiring entrepreneurs who have yet to jump that bridge, who have yet to, because it's we've been taught entrepreneurship is so scary, and in a sense, it's not as scary as we've been told. So many people are still afraid to do it. Any suggestions or tips you have to anyone who has not become an entrepreneur yet? They want to be one.
You know, regarding entrepreneurship, all right. I do believe that it's not a journey that you should try to walk alone. And I know that because of YouTube University and Google University, everybody wants to go the easy route. I do believe that hiring help, in initial the right help through a coach has definitely accelerated my growth, right? Especially, again, I'm gonna be honest, me living in Jamaica, it means that I'm a little bit behind those that live in the US, and that's the truth. So for me, one of the main reasons why I've been so successful, especially here in Jamaica, like this weekend I completed a major, for the first time ever in Jamaica, we had a Kingdom Author Success Conference. It's a 2-day event, first time ever in Jamaica. Over 200 persons came out, and it was amazing, first time ever. Now, how did I get that idea? It was from learning from somebody, seeing what's happening in the market, and then bringing my spin to it. So as an entrepreneur, I think, one, you want to always be a visionary and start to envision, what do you want your success to look like? Who do you really want to work with? Who are you serving, right? Not everybody, right? It's not for everybody, and you can't, because we don't have the capital, we don't have the to serve the whole market. For example, like a Target or a Walmart, you know, we are most of the time a solopreneur, so we know we want to just grab who will be attracted to us. So I would say, become a visionary first. 2, hire help as quickly as you can, the best help to accelerate your growth. And 3, just, I believe that failure is a part of the journey, and it's not easy to accept it, because I'm always, I was the girl that if I don't come first in my class growing up, I'll cry, so failing didn't come easy for me. But as an entrepreneur, I learned to fail forward, as John Maxwell said. So, okay, what didn't I do right now that I can actually improve on? So learn to fail forward. And if you do that, I do believe that you can. It's not as hard as, it feels. It actually is. For me, it has been more fulfilling than I could ever imagine.
That is all the time we have for you today on The Gold Mine. This interview is not over. It continues on Sunday with The Ready Writer. Thank you for watching. We'll see you then.